Welcome back to Talking Franchise. We're going to break into a great comedy stoner film franchise.
Yeah.
It is great. I love every
From the
single
director that brought you Dude, Where's My Car?
comes
Harold
and Kumar.
Go to White
White Castle.
Love this movie. Definitely a cult classic.
Definitely cool cast. I love all the cameos in it.
Low budget film. Originally did not, again, no one would have thought that this would have become a franchise. Didn't do that great over here. I think it finished worldwide. It was like 18 mil over here. And
You mean like box office wise?
Yeah, box office wise. DVD sales through the roof. That's what really got the cult classic following. And no one
It had a $9 million budget and made $23 million.
Yeah.
So they made their money
18
back.
over here, 23. But it wasn't a big thing. But this movie was hilarious when it came out back in 2004.
And actually, these guys they weren't well known.
No, John
at the
Cho
time.
and
They weren't. This is the film that actually puts them in that spotlight.
Yeah, and
You got Kal Penn and John Cho.
Yeah, it's a great satire on racial stereotypes, and they totally flip it on its head, and they can poke fun at themselves and at other people. And again, who can't? It's simple plot. But when it comes to comedies, as long as it's funny, then we're not watching Shakespeare here. We're not looking for this is the greatest movie ever. No, this is downright funny. This still stands the test of the time. Who can't relate to fucking getting high, having the munchies, and then just craving something
White
so
Castle.
bad? This movie does a great job at making me want. If you haven't had White Castle,
It's great.
try it out.
Try it out. It's good. I love those little burgers.
You can. If you're in the New York, New Jersey area, there's a whole bunch of White Castles around.
Everywhere.
This
movie, by the way, is set from where I come from, New Jersey. So that was also great to see all the mentionings of the cities and towns and stuff within New Jersey.
the scum of the earth, New Jersey.
So the film starts off with, I believe it's Kumar comes first, right?
Before the opening throws you off, it shows you guys that work with Harold. And
it does.
The friend's trying to get him to come out. And he's like, I got a whole bunch of work to do. And he's like, nah, come out. We'll have an adventure. We'll get somebody else to do it. And you'd think you would follow the antics of these characters. But instead, he gives it to this mild-mannered guy who's just like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll do your work for you. And he's like, fuck you.
Robert Tinkler. Is it Robert Tinkler playing JD and Ethan Embry playing Bill Carter? Well, they don't say their names really. I think they do, like Billy and whatever.
Yeah.
But they get Harold Lee to do their work.
And he comes home and
first you forgot between that Kumar has interview.
Oh yeah.
An interview with Fred Willard.
His father wants him to become a doctor, and he don't want to do that shit.
And he totally destroys the meeting that was set up. He sabotages it completely. But then we get Harold going back home. We'll go back to Harold. He's antagonized by the extreme gang, extreme Doritos, extreme.
Oh, they're hilarious in this movie. They're assholes, but
they're hilarious assholes.
Again, this movie puts a lot of obstacles in their way to get what they want.
Yes, a lot of cameos are featured.
A lot of over the top.
A lot of over the top scenarios that happen.
They
transpire. Wait, we forgot to mention this. Like as soon as he gets home, is this the one where he gets home and Harold gets home and Kumar is in the freaking mirror in Harold's room trimming his pubes.
Yeah. He's like, dude, I trimmed my nose hairs with that. He's like, oh. He's like, yeah, I do this all the time. He's like, ah!
He drops it and just gives him a look like. So then they get baked out of their mind. They get baked out of their skulls. Yeah. They smoke so much weed, and then they're like contemplating, what should we get to eat?
What do they want? And they get
what do we want? All of a sudden, a commercial comes on TV for White Castle.
They want to fuck those burgers. it makes it look really good. And fucking no, I love the satire in this movie. They see a commercial how smoking weed is bad, and then they got the friend they're with the gun, and he's like, "I'm so high, I can't feel anything," and he's got the shotgun to his mouth, and the friend's like, "No, marijuana kills."
That's hilarious, though. It's totally not what marijuana does. Marijuana saves lives.
And so does Bill Cosby. But he rapes, too. He rapes, but he saves.
Rapes to save. So then the duo go next door to their two friends to try to convince them to go along with them to the White Castle trip.
Let's say, they're hilarious, too. Rosenberg and Goldstein. They're Jewish characters who are like Harold and Kumar. They live together.
But except Jewish.
And they live together. I like their character traits, though, is that they're supposed to be like a couple.
Yeah.
They're always calling each other...
sort of like...
They're always calling each other gay or fags or whatever, but they're like, well, we're not gay. But then there's the scene, he's lighting up...
You want to suck this?
He's like, you want to suck it? Yeah. He's like, yeah. Puts it in his mouth, and he's like, I'll get on there. But it's
all gay and shit.
Oh,
we got Ada K. Thomas, right, playing Rosenberg. I guess you guys noticed him from the American Pie franchise. And you got David Krumholtz. Was that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, he's been in a whole bunch of movies.
He's been in a whole bunch.
He's really good.
His main movie? Do you know what it is? Santa Claus. The lead elf.
The lead elf. So, the lead elf is in Harold and Kumar. Yeah, no, these actors have been in a whole bunch of stuff. Again, it's a great cast. Has a whole bunch of comedians in it.
We forgot to introduce our touch base on Maria, because he sees before he gets back home to
there's a couple of subplots.
Before he gets back to Kumar, Harold sees his crush Maria in the elevator.
Just too afraid to talk.
He has one of those.
He has his daydream though.
One of those daydream scenarios.
He's all suave and just gets her. And it's just like
he wakes up.
And then he just can't say anything. He just,
And then after they see Goldstein and this guy, what's his name? The other one. Goldstein and Rosenberg. They go out on their journey to find White Castle.
But they forget something when they're in the hall, and they're like, "Should we go get it?" They're like, "It's too late.
They look
We've already gone too far.
We've already gone too far."
I felt like that earlier today. I was just like, "Did I lock the door? I was going to go check it." I was like, I've already gone too far. I'm only like a couple of feet away. Fuck it at the house of getting robbed. I'm sorry, babe. My shit's going right now.
So they go onto their journey. Again, I think once again they see they do see the extreme guys, and it's like, oh, which one's the catcher? Which one's the?
Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. They make fun of him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you got the Jewish duo, and then you got the Asian duo.
Yeah. And then they finally make it to the place, and then they find out that White Castle hasn't been there for a long time.
And we have a cameo. Anthony Anderson cameo.
Let's fight this motherfucker down!
Pookie, let's go.
And we're like, should we just get these burgers? And he's like, you may not want it because it's got that special sauce. What's the special?
I like when he drifts off. He's like, if you want White Castle burgers, these burgers will not come close. Sauce. He's just thinking about those burgers with them tiny little onions. And then he looks up, he's like, makes me want to burn this motherfucker down. Come on, Pookie, let's burn this motherfucker down. He starts throwing shit around. That's one of the best scenes in the movie. Wait, before that, somebody gave him directions towards that. No?
Yeah, I think it was Goldstein. And then
Goldstein told them, that it was a White Castle. And
so,
all right. That's the first encounter they have. The first weird.
Yeah. So instead, they get the directions from Anthony Anderson. So they're like, oh, it's going to be a 45-minute trip. But first, they need to go get some weed too.
Yes, they had to stop it.
And they need weed because fucking Harold throws weed out because he's worried about cops and shit. And then they end up winding up in the wrong neck of the woods because they're like, oh hey, those guys look just like us.
They end up where I was born and raised, Newark, New Jersey.
So you're one of those guys just beating the shit out of them just because they were Asian and an Indian walking the streets. You're gonna beat the shit out of them, Angel? You racist piece of shit.
It's funny because like that's the stigma that
you don't want to walk at night in the neighborhood like that. But yeah,
if you do walk, I'm gonna give you some advice. If you find yourself walking at night in Newark, just widen your eyes very fucking crazy. Like do the crazy eyes. Do the crazy eyes, and people will not stop you. That's how I used to walk down the streets around there.
You ever see the movie The New Guy? Where Eddie Griffin Jr. like, give him that look.
Yeah, when I was walking the streets like that, I would just have that look on my face the whole time. Like, people would see me and probably be like, yeah, let's not fuck with that guy because he's gonna definitely kill somebody right now. So then, after going to the White Castle on Cherry Hill, which is now the Burger Shack, they go to Princeton University to buy some marijuana.
Where they also...
a kid named Bradley, the little...
Yeah. Hilarity ensues, because that guy has a big bag of weed and shit.
Huge bag of weed.
That'll play in later in the movie. But
they get
they meet the twins.
The twins who ate a bunch of burritos and tacos.
I was gonna say.
Then they're running from the security, right? They're running from him because they were smoking weed. Oh, we also forget about...
No, Harold ends up...
Harold's pretty famous.
He's got all the Asians look up to him, and they want him to come to this party, and it's like...
and he doesn't because he wants to get weed.
It's going to be lame, but it turns out they're like having a fucking rave.
Yeah, and they're doing
all ecstasy,
the fucking weed
they got
shit.
pop brownies and everything, and it's just like, oh my god, why did we go there?
So they continue running. They run into a bathroom to hide in a girl's bathroom because they're pretty sure the security guard won't go in there.
This is a game that I love to play.
Jokes on them.
Battle shits.
Jokes on them because they get the diarrhea twins busting their cheeks with some battle shits.
I remember on the DVD they show this the shit, the actual sound. They went to truck stops with the boom mic. And people allowed them to record them taking shits. In this movie, that's real shits.
Those are real shit sounds.
Yes, how this movie wasn't nominated for an Oscar for sound mixing with those shits is beyond me. This should have been nominated for an Oscar, damn it. 74% positive. Should have been nominated. Those are the best shits I've ever heard.
Those are on point shits. Those are authentic shit noises.
You sunk my battle shits. And she fucking unrolls like a whole entire roll.
It's hilarious. The movie's fucking hilarious already. Now we get... So, then we get Harold and Kumar. They resume their trip.
Do they end up getting their weed?
But this time they decide to stop at the hospital
No, they don't. So they don't stop at the hospital. They have to stop at the hospital.
Oh wait,
a raccoon
no. First, okay. So before that, he Kumar has to take a piss. So they stop. He goes to take a piss.
Kennedy's on the
Jamie Kennedy's just in the fucking forest.
This your tree?
Yeah.
Don't see your fucking name on it.
That's one of the most funniest things because he's like taking a piss and all of a sudden this random guy just comes out, which is Jamie Kennedy. Well, comes out of nowhere and stands right next to him and starts to take a piss, and he's like, Kumar's so comfortable. He's looking at him. He's like, hey, can't you go to another bush or something? And he's like, he starts spazzing. He's like, what? This is your bush? This is your bush? You have some special bond with this bush? And he thought he was going to get stabbed. So, that just shows the randomness of the movie and all the events that are just so random.
Yeah, he left it's so over the top. He left the car door open so a raccoon gets in there. And then as they're driving, the raccoon, before he bites Harold, just spits up blood right in his face. It's just over the top. He's like, ah! They're all going nuts. And
so then he thinks he has rabies. Got to go to the hospital.
Then they go to the hospital.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They're going to take him to the hospital.
Because they didn't get their weed. They said, they can get medical marijuana in there and shit. And you get a cameo by Ryan Reynolds.
Because, Kumar gets mistaken for his brother, and he has to perform a surgery on somebody. So he does. And we see that Ryan Reynolds is like a little bit gay. He's a little homo. He's like in love with Kumar's brother.
Dabbing his sweat off. And then, what was I going to say? The guy, they're performing surgery, trying to get the blood out of the guy. He performs a successful surgery and tells him, he's like, oh yeah, there's a White Castle over here.
The guy on the table tells him how to.
So it's like, it's great. Oh, they're going to continue their journey. And then, don't they get into a car accident
because they see Maria? No, they see Maria, right? And then
I think it was like earlier, but
no, on the road he sees Maria, and then Harold tries to talk to her, but he panics.
Yeah, they drive off,
and he presses the thing, and which causes them to run into the ditch.
But it almost makes another car swerve off the road, and it happens to be Rosenberg and Goldstein in the car, and they're like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "What are you guys doing here?" and shit. And then that's when they they call for a tow truck, where they end up meeting Freak Show. Yeah, that's probably one of the funniest scenes too. This guy fucking looks so nasty with his boils, everything.
They're talking crap about him inside the truck.
He loves Jesus and all this. They're whispering to each other, and he's like, I heard everything you said.
If you accept Jesus as your Savior.
And then they're just driving along. Well, they finally get to the place, and it's like, yeah, you guys can go in the house, get warmed up, have something to eat, fuck my wife, do something. They're like, what? What did you say?
What? So they're expecting ugly, just as, similar to a Freak Show. But when they get there,
Marlene Ackerman. She is hot. So, she went on to do so many more movies. But I think this is one of her first movies that started. She does the nudity in this movie. Yeah. Every rated R movie that she's been in, bunch of nudity. She loves to take it off.
She loves to take it off.
She was in The Heartbreak Kid, where she just has sex with Ben Stiller and nude throughout that whole movie. But she did Watchmen. She's done countless movies. Nudity.
Kumar is for it. Harold's a little bit reluctant to get in there. So Freak Show comes back.
But they meet her, and she offers them some lemonade, and they're just like, okay. And then she gives them a proposition. I don't know what you would do in this situation, Angel, but she was just like, you guys gonna fuck me now? He's like, what? Us
what
together?
hole are you gonna
She
take?
said she wanted double penetration, both holes simultaneously. What do you do?
I'll take the pink.
So you're taking one of them holes? I don't know if I would accept that offer. I'd be like, it's
having your balls rubbed together.
It's a little awkward, man.
I don't like the threesome aspect of having guys.
They're talking about that, but
definitely not.
Then they settle out with they're debating. What do we do? And then he's just like, can we just get blowjobs? They'll do the blowjobs.
Then Freak Show stops that.
She agrees. Noise. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? What are you doing with my wife? You said that we could fuck her. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I certainly did not. I mean, you did. I did. He's like, oh, okay. All right. And
I guess I did.
And then he
takes off his clothes and
he just pops out of his jumpsuit. Let's make it a three-way. Oh, my. Oh, no, what is it? What did he add? It's fucking foursome.
What about a foursome?
Yeah. I think he says I call the first reach around. Oh my god. Oh, that would be awful.
So they got the car fixed, right? Basically.
Yeah, they run the fuck out of there.
They get inside the car, and this is where they pick up a hitchhiker.
Neil,
Patrick, fucking
NPH. This is pretty much what got him his job.
High on ecstasy, by the way.
This is what got him his job on How I Met Your Mother. This is the resurgence of NPH. And this is before he comes out that he's gay in real life. Nobody knew about that. I was going to say, Cool fun fact, though. And they said if Neil Patrick Harris had said no to the movie, their second choice was going to be the Karate Kid Ralph Macchio, who they would have picked up. And it would have played. I think that would have been funny either way too. That, again, you don't see Ralph Macchio. You haven't fucking seen Ralph. He's done maybe a couple of cameos here and there. So you haven't seen Ralph Macchio since fucking My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think either way that would play good. But Neil Patrick Harris
killed it. He's the best part of the film. I think he's always brings.
Yeah, he's looking for some punani.
He wants some. He's like. They're like, oh, we really want these White Castle burgers. He's like, fuck burgers. I want some fur burgers. Fur burgers.
Yeah, he's all high as shit. And then
making love to the backseat.
Yeah, they stop, and they have to stop at the convenience store.
Where they count again the
extreme. When they're harassing the Indian clerk that runs the store, and they're fucking his shit up, and then they have a kayak where they're like, yeah, we're gonna fly.
On the Doritos.
He's in the canoe with his fucking paddles, and he's flying on the shelf. So terrible. They yell like, extreme Doritos! And they meet the
guy's like,
I was gonna say a weird fat guy, like, I'm a bear!
Extreme.
What the hell? But yeah,
it's a dinosaur.
That shit is great, and they could have left, but instead, doesn't.
No, they went to go inside the car.
Yeah, they go in
and
there.
And then Neil Patrick Harris.
But before that, Kumar picks a fight.
Oh, he tries to defend the guy,
and he gets punked out. They have a showdown where they're not gonna move. They're not gonna move, and the extreme guy's like, what? And then he tries to fake punch him, and he gets him to move. He's like, fuck you, extreme. It was so extreme. Then they come back out and
Harold,
Neil Patrick Harris. Where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
And then PH just flies right by
Neil
them.
Patrick Harris just steal my fucking car.
And then they're trying to cross the street, and they get harassed by a racist police officer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Harold is already pissed off. They're gonna go try and make a phone call, but it's across the street, and they can't. They gotta wait for the light. Just wait for the light. We'll cross.
And then Kumar's about to step out.
Yeah, the second. Again, it plays on stereotypes, and again, this is all stuff that happens today. Again, it's all relatable. Yeah, the second he fucking crosses on there, the cops stop him for no reason, for jaywalking and shit, and Hal's ready to take the ticket, but Kumar's like, nah, fuck this shit. And Harold tries to hit Kumar, but he misses and punches him up.
They get arrested.
They both get arrested. But earlier in the movie, that kid Bradley with the big bag of weed also got arrested because he's at the police station too, and he's crying because his mother's picking him up.
Wait, Harold doesn't get arrested. Harold gets arrested. Kumar doesn't get arrested.
Right. And Kumar has to try and get him out.
Kumar's the one who breaks him out because you hear him through the ventilation system. I'm here to break you out. We got to get to White Castle.
Harold meets the black guy from Malcolm in the Middle. He was the father over there. And he was like, why did you get arrested? He was like, I was just
black.
No. Yeah, I was being black. I'm just sitting here reading my book. Doing that. And he just...
Which is very, you see it when they do break him out. He breaks him out, and he's like, the black guy's trying to escape. He was just sitting there, not even trying.
And they stopped beating the shit out of him.
So what he has the book? What does he have in this book?
So Kumar apologizes to Harold, but he finally gets the vent break. He gets down there, but then this is probably my favorite part of the movie is when he sees the bag of weed in the police station, and he has the dream of what it would be like if he married this bag of weed. And it starts off pretty he gets married to her.
And he's banging the shit out of her.
He's banging her.
He's going through the whole scenario where
but then eventually he becomes like a fucking abusive husband. He's like, go make some coffee, bitch. And then he drinks the coffee, he spits it out. This is terrible. He smacks her. And then he's like, oh! He's like, I'm sorry, baby. I love you, but you made me do it. And he's like consoling her as the big bag of weed is crying. But, oh my God. That's probably my favorite part of this movie. Is the weed. That shit is great. But, yeah, they escape. They get to ride the cheetah.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, totally.
They find a cheetah. They smoke weed with it. They calm it down. They
smoke weed with the cheetah in the New Jersey woods. What the fuck?
And then they see Goldstein and Rosenberg at the hot dog. Which motivates them to go find White Castle at the end of the day. So they use the cheetah.
The Chinese girl that was all in the Harold, she winds up with Goldstein with a hot dog heaven with her.
Yeah.
And stuff, because they stopped making out. And they're like, oh, look at Joy. I think her name was Joy. It was Joy. Something like that. But they wind up together.
So they encounter the punk rockers again. The fucking extreme. So this time they steal their truck. They're trying to evade the police.
Yeah, and then the guys
steal their truck.
Those guys are like, yeah, I'm so not cool, man. He said,
I didn't find out that they had like a mixtape.
That was so not cool. Extreme guy number 1. Not cool. Yeah, cool. Then they put in the extreme mixtape, and then it is Wilson Phillips. Hold on for one more day. Again, this is a great movie. Brings a resurgence to that song too. When we're in the kitchen cooking, I play that shit. I'll play that shit all the time. I love that song. Today somebody gonna make it.
Yeah. So then they get to a point where they can't use the car no more. They decide to hang glide.
Yeah, they get pretty high. They're like, we're not low. But yeah.
They hang glide. They finally get to White Castle. They finally get their car back from MPH. He pays for their White Castle because they freaking devour. They have a feast. They have like
they get the suitcase. When I went to White Castle, I've been there once. Got the whole suitcase, 30 sliders. I'm gonna say, I took like a 4.5 hour trip to go to White Castle because of this movie. It did not live up to the expectations. The pickles, Angel, are too big. It's like every bite in my mouth is like it's a pickle.
Say no pickles next time.
Well, again, if you really want White Castle, it's at your grocery stores too now. They sell them all frozen. I usually do that. I like the White Castle burgers. I wish we had a White Castle restaurant down over here in Mass, but the owners, they don't bring it down over here. But like I said, that's good promotion in the movie. Not
White Castle.
Not no fucking Power Ranger Krispy Kreme shit.
But at the end of this film, we get Harold. He stands up to the guys who tried to
because you find out that they had a crazy ass night too, and they wind up at the White Castle. And he's like, "What the fuck?" He stands up for himself.
He finally has to grow some balls, and then he goes after Maria.
Kumar has the revelation too, and he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "Fuck it, I am gonna be." He's like, "I am gonna listen to my father and
go try."
He's gonna go try and
because he's a good doctor at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So he goes after Maria. He lets Maria know how he feels. And she's like, "Oh, you're a little, bit late. I'm about to go to Amsterdam."
Yeah, for a vacation.
And then,
but she's like,
they
do make out. But she's like, yeah. She's like, well, he's like, I'll be waiting. And he goes upstairs and he tells Kumar.
And he's like, fuck that. Don't you know it's legal to smoke marijuana in Amsterdam? We are going. And that's how the film ends.
They do set up a sequel. We do not really get that true sequel the way they originally set it up. Because a movie also came out in 2004 called Euro Trip. And everything that they were going to do, it was too similar. So they had to... Harold and Kumar, like I said... Well,
it picks up right... The next one picks up right where the last one...
Yeah, it does. But I'm saying... The original plan was for them to go to Amsterdam. But it took too long. The sequel doesn't come till 2008, 4 years later, because they weren't even sure if they were ever going to do a sequel. It didn't make a whole lot of money. But so much time had passed by, and Euro Trip already came out. They were like, we'll just scrap it. Like, they do allude to that, they're going to go to Amsterdam, because the second movie takes place right after that. But they're like, they have to scratch it. And there is a joke in there about Eurotrip. They're like, this is going to be like Eurotrip, except it's not going to suck. I still want to get. Again, how did Kumar could continue and just go again? They're
Start a whole franchise.
They're a modern day Cheech and Chong, and they could be on many adventures. And we're gonna get to the next adventure next time on Talking Franchise.
White Castle. I'm craving some White Castle right now, man.
Let's do it. Let's go make that drive. We'll be back later, guys.
Oh yeah! Before we go,
we did
a rating. We did a rating before we.
We're all off. We didn't
finish this.
We didn't smoke our weed today. So
that's what it is.
Off.
It's like
whoops,
whoopsie doopsie.
Scale of 1 to 10. What are you giving this film?
8.
I would say that too. Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. I love this movie. It's a cult classic. I'm thinking about smoking tonight and watching some How to Cool.
I'm gonna do the same, man. I will do the same. All right, I'm gonna try to
your movie, and look out for their next
Guantanamo Escape from Guantanamo.
I hope everybody's ready for their cock meat sandwich next time on
Talking Franchise.